Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's now March the 19th. It's a Saturday, about 8 in the morning. I got up extra early to prepare for today's video. We'll be doing a technical analysis on Bitcoin and also scanning the market to see what coins are very favorable today to be day trading on the weekend. So, yesterday was a great day. I finished off at 8.3K, made four solid calls to the Discord group. Right now, just so you know, there's a 7-day trial for the Discord group. Please do check out my new website at philicon.com. The website has been highly expanded and updated, much more modern, you can say, and professional as well. You are welcome to take a look at my courses that I offer that I'm test hosting just for probably a few days. You can see all of my course in version 2.0. That's actually hosted here now. My most popular courses are most likely lessons 16 to 19, RSI, MACD, Fibonacci retracement, extensions, Elliott wave theory. It's always important to have a thorough understanding of the fundamentals before you start to get into how I scan the market for trades, and especially my big 6 trading setups where I list each one by one, and you can pick and choose what you like. They're all listed here on the My Courses page. Make sure you're using password Philicon to be accessing all of these courses over here. And if you also want to join my Discord group, you can find information on my Discord group right here by clicking there. You can join it by clicking here as well. It gives you a lot of information on this page about what I'm offering and why I would be a great person to choose to learn with and from. So anyways, I look forward to seeing you a lot of you as my new students, and especially in the Discord group where there's a 7-day trial period that you can cancel before the trial ends so you won't get billed. So let's get into a Bitcoin technical analysis here. 2 minutes into the video, I want to jump right into it. So yesterday was a phenomenal day, $8.3 thousand profit, where we traded mainly OGN and the Ape. I think that Ape had a pretty nasty downtrend here overnight. Yeah, it had a pretty nasty downtrend. It dropped about. We'll get into that at the end of the day. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin first of all and focus on this one. So Bitcoin, it actually ended up doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. It was going to hit around 42K region. Right here was the first resistance, of course, that it's most likely going to hit, right? So we see on the daily chart that it's trending like an ascending type of triangle. It's difficult to see it any other way. Okay? It's very difficult to see it any other way. And if we had to say one thing about Bitcoin is that the ascending triangle could certainly break to the upside, which could start a gigantic rally for a very long bullish run. We summarized the weekly yesterday. The weekly chart has 2 more days to finish. The weekly closes on a Sunday. And if this ends up closing very bullishly, what's going to end up happening is we're going to get another tick to the upside. If we get another tick to the upside, that means in perhaps 2 or 3 weeks, this weekly MACD could easily cross to the upside. If it does cross to the upside, that means that we're going to get a huge bullish run. We talked about yesterday's video of how anytime the MACD crossed over from the negative to the positive side, for example, using an older exchange like Binance, let's just talk about right here, right before the crossover, just to give you a quick summary. Okay, from right here is where the crossover of the histogram and the MACD happened. Okay, that's from positive to negative, positive to negative. Oh, sorry, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive. Okay, let's evaluate those 5 price points right there. So this is the first one, which ended up rallying 350%. This one here, right, you might have caught it a little bit late, but it still rallied literally 20% or so, 18%. Huge. This one here, you would have caught it right at the entry. And that one there, obviously, you can just see it, right? You can just see how that one rallied all the way up to the thousands of percents, or sorry, the hundreds of percents. That one there, that rally did a huge rally of about 1,000%. And then the next one right here, Yes, it did rally. You would have caught the top end of it. This one was a harder one, but notice that the MACD wasn't really on the negative side much. The lower it is on the negative side, okay, the lower it is on the negative side, the higher of a rally you will have. So if you have it negative like here and it crosses over, that's huge. Have you noticed that on the weekly so far? We got that. This right here is a really big indication that it's stepping to the upside. The MACD is converging really hard towards the upside. So we're getting a lot of bullish momentum right now to the upside. So that's on the weekly. The monthly chart, bullish pin bar finishes, another dragonfly type of doji. The lows are getting higher. Notice that the highs are even, but it's getting lower highs. It's still bouncing off of the 21 EMA. So Bitcoin is I regret not buying a lot of Bitcoin around $38,000, to be honest. I apologize for trading in the dark right now. The sun hasn't come up yet. I like natural light in the morning. So make sure that you're getting up early every morning. If you make it a habit to get up early every morning when you want to trade, and you focus on catching that early morning sun, an early morning market, regardless of whatever day it is, you just have a much better chance of catching a good trade overall if you have a consistent routine. My routine when I actually trade is I'm trying to lose weight, right? I came to Turkey and unfortunately the food is inexpensive and delicious, so I gained a little bit of weight. So I've been just working out every single morning for a few weeks now, just getting up really early and just having a really set discipline and a set routine that can build you into a consistent type of trader. If you have more discipline in your daily life, I find that it also translates to trading as well. Eating properly is extremely important as well. I'm one to speak, but of course I know that I'm in Turkey right now, and it's extremely important for me lately to get into a good routine of making sure that I take care of my health. I think that a lot of the most successful people that I know, and generally in the world, they're people who focus on their health, and they're generally people who don't sleep in a lot. They don't procrastinate. They make sure that they focus early in the morning to get things done when a lot of people are not up yet. And I really wanna expand on everything that I'm doing to take it to another level. And I think that you can journey with me as well when we get there, or to get there. So Bitcoin in general, okay, let's go back to the normal charts here. So it's trending in an ascending type of triangle, no doubt about that, okay? If we take a look at Bitcoin, we can just see that it wants to break over here, and it looks like it's going to have a really large bullish momentum to the upside if we end up breaking there. This right here is a 6% move, okay? That's a 6% move to the resistance up there. You'd agree with that? Okay, so because it's a 6% move, I'd probably say like, I don't like drawing triangles like that. I like to draw sloped like triangles like that. I like better like that, okay? So it's less work. So you can see that this triangle, if it reaches an apex, that's like in July. That's a really long time. Of course, there's many ways to draw. You can draw like that, you can draw like that, you can draw like that. Just take the most consistent widths with the bodies, an average. So my point is, if Bitcoin ends up breaking above here, okay, the best way to take a resistance is to take an average of the bodies and the wicks. So you can clearly see that here, you can have a resistance here, you can have a resistance at the high, the low, down there, right? Be consistent with the way that you create a resistance. Here, in my opinion, the open and the close is the most consistent way. I do not trade Bitcoin. I only hold long term, and I manage a good amount of Bitcoin long term only. I don't look at the smaller picture for Bitcoin. Okay, so but what I'm saying is that when Bitcoin breaks above here, if Bitcoin rallies 6% there, okay, that means that alts are going to be carried with it as well. And we're going to have a gigantic alt run because Bitcoin will carry them. If Bitcoin carries the alts, you can expect that there's going to be an opportunity for us to absolutely long and capitalize on something gigantic. So make sure you're keeping an eye on this particular $42,000 region. And that's how I'm seeing Bitcoin so far. I'm seeing that the daily is still trending to the upside, okay? It's got lots of momentum going towards the upside there. Okay, on the 12 hours, certainly crossed over. Before we were very negative. in terms of just staying the negative side. See this? But now, like, we were negative for how long here? Like, we for a while, guys. We were, oh, not that one, sorry. Date range, we were negative for 11 days. And now we finally crossed over just on the 14th, or the 16th actually. So that's a good sign, okay, to begin with. So I'm feeling very bullish on Bitcoin. Not that feelings have anything to do with trading, but just my general gut is telling me that Bitcoin is pretty bullish right now because of this pattern that's holding. Until Bitcoin breaks to the downside and smashes this pattern, I have no reason to assume that Bitcoin is bearish, okay? I have to assume because it's getting higher lows, okay? Higher lows, and it's attempting to break once, twice, thrice, okay, on February the 9th, February the 17th, and March the 2nd. So for a period of literally 24 days now, it's been attempting to break, actually not 24, altogether, it's been about 39 days. It's about 7-8 weeks. Because of that, we can assume that, or sorry, not 7-8 weeks, that's 5 weeks, okay? 5-6 weeks almost. That because we're getting higher lows and Bitcoin is still attempting to break above the 44.5 range, we have to assume that Bitcoin's bullish, okay? Does that make sense? So the bullish sentiment is with Bitcoin right now, okay? So now we're going to take a look at a quick scan, okay? We're going to take a look at a quick scan. The best thing I can advise people is this, okay? Go to sandwich.finance right here. Okay, go to sandwich finance right here. That one. So if you go to sandwich.finance, this will actually allow you to update your TradingView list almost instantly. Just download whichever market you're in, Binance, FTX, KuCoin, Huobi, Bitfinex, Coinbase, Kraken, Poloniex, etc. Okay, you can just click on it. You can just download right here, right? It's going to download there, see that? And then you can just use your list on TradingView. And then you can just import the list, okay? Just import it. You can see it right here. Then it's going to import your entire list. This way, you don't have to constantly update it one by one, all right? So now let's go to CryptoLoom. CryptoLoom is always the #1 thing that I use to scan, okay? If you're using CryptoLoom, the best advice I can give to people is go to this one here, the Binance Delivery Perpetual Buyer Seller. This is the main one you should be doing. And then for choosing your coins here, all you have to do is choose every single coin that says USDT. Okay, do not check the ones that say perp. Do not check the ones that say BUSD. Do not check the ones that have the random numbers at the end. Only checkmark the ones that are USDT. This way, your list on CryptoLoom will match up with your list here on TradingView. Okay, so I updated once a week. Always got updated. For example, I had to update it yesterday because of GMT and Ape that was added recently. I wanted to make sure I got the most updated list. Okay, so the way that I organize it is I have Bitcoin here, and then I have my CAD and Turkish lira, because of course I'm in Turkey, but I'm Canadian, so I can track both of them. It's important because I work with Canadian dollars as well, and I also work with American dollars, so I need to know how the exchange is always for the Turkish lira and also the USD. In December here, if you guys remember, like, it had the biggest bull market, so I have to admit I was living like a king here. Like, when I got here in August, okay, the Turkish lira went down, or the USD went up by about 120%. So every time I was cashing out crypto or Canadian dollars, it was like, the Canadian dollar was the same thing pretty much. It went up like 116% because we're always on par with the American dollar. So I was exchanging every Canadian dollar and Turkish lira I had, because that same 30 lira burger is still 30 lira. But if your USD doubles, well, you're not really spending, say, $3 on it. You're really spending $1.50 on it. Then of course it ended up dropping. This was the biggest drop last year in the Forex market. It dropped 44%, and Turkish people were, it was really sad what was happening here in Turkey actually. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about the economics of Turkey. That's why I follow it. And here in this section, I track all my other coins, okay? All my other coins as well. So the first thing we'll do before CryptoLoom, it would be to just go to your Binance, or sorry, your trading view here, and just take a look generally at how the market is trending. So you can just get an idea, right, of exactly what's going on. You can see that OGN is a really hot coin today. Because it's such a hot coin, I don't really advise shorting it. Okay, it's not wise to short a coin when it's that parabolic because you end up having too much risk. The risk to get liquidated is really high, okay? And because it's so high, you want to avoid it. You just don't know when it's going to capitulate and just drop really hard if you long it. And if you short it, you just also don't know how much further it can actually go. These types of coins have a massive tendency to liquidate people. And I know this from huge experience after 6-7 years, that you don't want to take chances unless it's a really great entry, a pattern's forming, a high is being broken and it's attempting several times, right? Like here was a great attempt. Like here would have been a perfect entry, okay? This right here, a sloped resistance, is by far one of the most perfect entries. Okay, that's a great entry right there. This one right here would have been a great entry as well. Okay, so these two entries are one of the best entries that you can find. Okay, you wanna make sure that whenever there's a slope resistance like that and it breaks out, that's a really strong way to enter a market. But other than that, like I don't really take chances on parabolic coins. So we know OGN's on our watch list today. We know SRM's on our watch list. API 3, that's going to be on our watch list. This guy did 21%. So those three automatically are on our watch list, okay? Based off of the ones that have trended very high, okay? So now the ones that trended very low, let's take a look on CryptoLoom. So here we're seeing that RSI-wise, Ape is high, but that's misleading because it's a new coin, so don't count that. We know that GMT is very high. I don't know, where is GMT on here? Ah, it's neutral right now. Okay, never mind. It's a new coin, that's right, I forgot. So GMT is a new coin. Waves is, right, Waves is a really high RSI. It's one of the original ones. So is OGN, right? OGN is very high on the daily. Those ones do not have misleading RSIs. They're true because they've been here for a long time now. So you know that OGN, Waves, let's see what's happening on Waves quickly, okay? Waves is still on the high side. It's rallying really hard. Not many people are paying attention to Waves because it's a slow burner right now. But know that it's done 300%, okay? It's done 300% literally. And this might actually be one of the final waves. I don't know if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or that's 1, 2, 3, 4 coming and a 5. But either way, Waves is going to be a huge priority, okay? So if it breaks above here, I'm going to be able to find it, okay? If you guys want to know my exact process of how I scan the market, okay, it's pretty easy. Just go to my courses here. You're welcome to sign up for it. Password's Philicon. I've got a list of updated course version 2.0 lessons here that you'll find extremely useful. I put in over 500-600 hours of creating this course in general for you, and you'll find a lot of good and very useful content on here. This one's my favorite. One of my favorites here, quickly finding trades, finding the best setups, hunting for volatile coins, CryptoLoom scanning here. And all these courses range from $25 to $125. So, you don't need to break the bank and spend thousands of dollars to learn. You can pick and choose and learn slowly which ones you'd like to go through. And I hope that a lot of you end up being my students, or I see you in the Discord group as a trial. Okay, so looking through here, we have a list easily. Let's see what's high in the 4 hour. We know SMR is very high. Okay, it's high. So SMR needs to get on our list, which it is already. Okay, so these are the ones I'm really focusing on today. Rune is still very high. It's high because these are the ones that are breaking into the hundreds of percents. Okay, the hundreds of percents literally. And Rune has, it's reaching a major resistance here, as we can see already. It's dropped 5%. Maybe we can find an entry. It's pretty obvious which ones we're trading just based off of this so far. We see a based off of volume, SRM, OG, N. This one's kind of misleading, OBZ Go. The volume's misleading. Based off of percentage movements for the day, we see OGN do 77%, SRM do 35%, APE, we know that. SNX, what is SNX doing? Why did that get on my attention? Why did it get on my radar? Wow, it's still going. 42%. That's going to get on my radar. Any coin that's still going will get on my radar, okay? So there's a lot of coins that we see since the February 24th, okay? So just to give you guys an example of really crappy coins, if I go here, you'll see a lot of coins just do something like that, okay? They'll make literally this pattern, like that pattern. You know, all coins are making that pattern. Look, see it? They're all making that same pattern. Some of them are not even breaking above the March 20, or sorry, the March whatever high here. Okay, you know, some of them are breaking out a little bit, some of them not really. Okay, but most of them are just kind of doing nothing. So you want a coin, most of them have even fell below the February 24th. So you want to focus on the coin like OGN that's still moving upwards. You want to focus on the coin like GMT that's moving upwards or correcting. You want to focus on the coin after February 25th that's still moving upwards like Luna. Or Rune that's still moving upwards. Or Waves that's still moving upwards. Or APE that's going up. Or SRM that's going up, right? You don't want to focus on the coins that are like every other coin, like that one. These are boring. You can click on a lot of coins and see the same type of boring formations. They have no reason. You have no reason to be looking at them. Who cares about them? Go to the coin that has the most potential. That's where you're going to find the most profit. If you stick to these boring and slow moving coins, you're not going to find the profit there. You're not going to find the movement. You're not going to find the volatility. Okay, so stick to those coins. So just basically looking quickly on Loom for a few minutes here, we can already conclude that we already have the top picks for the day, which will be these guys here, right? It'll be this one right here on my red list, and that's it. That's going to be my watch list for the day. I can't talk longer than this because of my wisdom teeth removal. Got 2 of them removed, but I'm still here already today. I got them removed 2 days ago, so I'm on painkillers and it kills right now. So anyways, I hope to see a lot of you as my students in the course. Just check it out. Check out the website. It might be good for you. Even if you've taken my course version 1.0 before, course 1, 2, or 3, this is a completely new animal with a new mindset. Because before I was profiting in the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Now I'm pushing well over 7 figures of trading. And I'm trading up to sizes of like 500,000, $1 million sizes. Back then I was trading 50,000 to 100,000 sizes, still making great money. But I think in the 4-year gap, there's been some drastic improvements and fine tuning and tweaking in my skill. And I hope that you will find the differences and that you will see the improvements over time as well in these courses. Anyways, I'll see you later. Have a great morning. Bye now.